So here is my Mars LS MRP. I recently bought this as a higher end, higher tier 10-3 AR as I was replacing an older PWS that I wanted to get rid of. I built this all in-house with a bunch of different components from several different websites, but primarily all LMT parts. So wanted to talk through a couple things related to this gun, some of the benefits and downsides, why I chose this over some other platforms, and share a little bit about my ups and downs on this gun. So I bought this probably 8 to 10 months ago. Put probably about 2,000 to 3,000 rounds through it since then. All 5.56, primarily suppressed on my Dead Air Sandman S. And just wanted to share a couple downsides first here. So one, when I originally bought the gun, I wanted the enhanced bolt carrier group. So that's the 3-port, super expensive LMT bolt carrier. Purchased that, and it ran great. I didn't really have many issues with it unsuppressed. But as I started to shoot it more, had my can on it, I was getting a inconsistent lock back for the bolt hold open on the last round in the mag, and realized that it would only do it with my can on. So I started to do a little bit of testing, especially on a rifle, this caliber, this expensive. I really expected to run, like a sewing machine. So when I was running into issues, I got super frustrated, ended up swapping in some different bolt carrier groups and attempting to change parts on the gun, buffer weight, springs, length of the buffer spring, strength, you name it, but didn't really have much luck there. Put my can on, took my can off, locked back without my can on. So just a really frustrating situation, but eventually found out, hey, it's probably the bolt carrier group. I know those are kind of intended for an overgas 14.5 with a carbine gas. So figured out I'll try a, traditional 2-port, and this is a chrome lined microbest. So bought this instead. And it's been running flawlessly ever since. So I guess my really first thing here is, if anyone's building an MRP, I wouldn't recommend the enhanced bolt carrier group. But if you're having that issue, I recommend just selling it, going to a 2-port, either the LMT standard with the enhanced bolt, or just a microbest bolt carrier group. It's a funny side note. The microbest, just looking at the chrome lining inside the carrier, the LMT enhanced BCG looked like it was a throwaway microbest, funnily enough. So it was just a little bit of a funny situation, but haven't had any issues since with this microbest. So great bullet carrier group, very happy with it. Would recommend this over the enhanced bolt carrier group. So just walking through a little bit of my build, and I guess I should say that's really the only problem that I've had with it. Obviously, we have the Sandman S running the 5.56 end cap on this, as I primarily shoot 5.56 on it, but also run some 6.5 through it, and some 308 on several of my other guns. But bought this, my first and only can at the moment. I just kind of wanted a dual can that could fit on pretty much every one of my guns. Okay for 5.56, actually really good on 6.5 and 308 for the size, and then a lot of 300 blackout that I run through this. So I don't know, this thing's probably had 7 to 10,000 rounds through it. I haven't had any issues with baffle strikes, haven't had any issues with buildup, but it's been a great can for me. I know a bunch of people have had issues on the Sierra 5, but I think I got away with this one, and I'm very happy with it. Obviously running the Dead Air flash hider, which I really needed on the 10.3 to keep that flash down, assuming I'm not running a can. This actually works really great. Lockup system's long, but does work quite well. Running kind of the standard Magpul flip-ups as just a backup sight, and then a BCM tag up here, just for kind of that good pull back into my shoulder. Obviously, it has the quick change barrel system, which, you know, is a little bit of a gimmick. I've considered swapping out one of my shorter 300 blackouts and just running a 300 barrel in this as a quick change, but you know, in real world, probably not a realistic scenario. So a little bit of a gimmick, but a cool feature regardless, primarily because of the monolithic upper receiver, which I do have night vision. I don't have a laser yet. I've shot a bit under nods, but this MRP system I'm hoping will be you know, kind of my step into night shooting with this gun, which will eventually become kind of my night shooting rifle, or pistol, I should say. I'm a big EOTech fan, obviously not running an EOTech magnifier, just wanted to save some coin there, I guess. I had it laying around, so figured why not. So this is an EXPS2. I'm planning to send it into EOTech. They'll do a warranty service that will actually upgrade this to be able to shoot under night vision. Regardless, on the lowest setting, I've hit shots out to roughly 200 yards, just on the lowest setting on the EOTech. Difficult, but can be done. Sig Juliet Micro for my magnifier. This has been pretty robust. You know, like I said, it kind of gets passed around to a couple different guns here and there. You don't really need it on a 10-3, but you know, I've liked it regardless. Magpul grip here. I always run MOEs. Every single gun has them. Try to standardize. But I like this grip angle. It's actually been a really nice grip, readily available. LaRue MBT2S trigger. I was not going to buy the flat face, so I bought the curved trigger. They're hard to find, but once you can get one, it's actually a great trigger. I guess as Garand Thumb does, and I'll do this in the worst way possible. But this is the lightened spring. So I don't know. LaRue says it's about a 3.5 pound trigger, I believe. But been a really good trigger for me. You know, good little amount of take up with a very positive wall. You know, hard break, very audible. And I guess holding this down, good reset on it, very positive, little bit of creep, and you know, break again. Really nice trigger for the cost. I think I ended up paying like $98 for it, so really no complaints there. You know, Geisley's overhyped, just kidding, but just didn't want to spend that much money on a really nice trigger. So LaRue it is. So all of my charging handles on PWS Radiant Raptors, whoops, because I've stripped them off of all my old PWSs, whatever, but they work well. Always like my Radiant Raptors on these guns. And you know, these ones just happen to get carried over from old guns, but yeah, so all in all, this is probably one of my nicest ARs. I absolutely love this gun. It's super balanced, very lightweight, soft shooting, runs anything. You know, I guess I won't get into the debate of Knight's Armament or LMT, but I really like this gun. It'll shoot steel, it'll shoot brass, 223, 556. Shoots great on a can with the new bolt carrier group. And really that's my only note or only downside on this actual gun. So I'm sure, you know, we'll in a future video I'll do some shooting and you know, just some comparison and just why I like this gun compared to a lot of my other ones and why I think LMT might be worth it. But just wanted to talk through some of my downsides, some of the things that had bothered me about, you know, this particular gun, how I had built things out, and then, you know, hopefully offer you know, a little bit of advice, I guess, on building a future one. Don't do the EBCG. Just get a standard LMT with either the enhanced bolt which is still ridiculously expensive. I'd recommend going to a Microbast or some other bulk carrier group that is just a standard one. Save you some money, put some more money into ammo, and get that training in. Well, I think that's everything I have to say about this LMT. I'll probably be talking about through some of the other guns that I have, and just get a couple different comparison, armory videos, if you want to call them that. Yeah, I guess that's it.